Tav X, purity becoming one. Tav X, purity becoming one. Tav X, purity becoming one. Israelite, you thought the health crisis was over. Um, I got a video clip I want to share with you guys. I don't know, it's about 10, 15 minutes, but it's worth it. No scripture needed. You're just going to hear it. Not a 2024 eclipse. This has been in the works. It's all a plan of the Most High. Started back a long, long time ago. And we just reached 2024. So the plan is still going through, no breaks. And I'm going to give you a highlight, an update, what's coming down the pike sooner than you think. Let me get my fair use sign. And anybody comes in the room, greet somebody when they come in the room. Uh, who's in the room? Who's in the house? Cherokee, Tav X, purity becoming one, Tav X, purity becoming one, Tav X. Um, Israelite, you thought the health crisis was over? Think again. Great to have you in the house. Nothing connected to 2024 eclipse. It's just the plan of the Most High from the garden when they sinned all the way to 2024. No breaks in the motion, progression of the redemption of Israel. So, and there's a lot of bumpy roads and crevices that that's still ahead of us, and one's going to be coming up. Again, not linked to the eclipse. It's just in the plan of the Most High. Put it in them demon, thick-skulled heathen Gentiles, and they staying on course. That's all. And they make you think that a celestial thing caused this or something like that. Now, it's the plan of the Most High. It's coming true. Okay. Okay. Um, Tomorrow is my lunar Sabbath. Tomorrow, It's gonna be tomorrow. Like sometimes I do one video a week, one video every 2 weeks. Sometimes I do multiple videos in a week, and then sometimes I take a little hiatus. Well, tomorrow, what I want to do, I want to have a movie night tomorrow with the Israelites. A fascinating movie I found, a Hebrew movie. I can tell you what it is. Um, Very good quality. Man, I was impressed. I was like earlier today. I'm not gonna show it tonight. Tonight is it's 9:30 here. This is just an FYI for your information uh, in reference to health here at Hebrew on the Island too. Of course, the main focus of Hebrew on the Island too is Torah and Tanakh. But I throw in end times, I throw in current events and health. So, and science, whenever it moves me to do it. So today is a health night. I want to share it with you. And hopefully, Cherokee, tomorrow you can join me on movie night at Hero on the Island. We're at 4 minutes, 43 seconds. We'll give them like 7 minutes total. And then we'll begin. It'll just be me and you on the live chat. Some other people could be watching this. They're just not texting in. they're not commenting, so they won't be on. So it'll just be me and you. This is gonna be. I gotta get my little password in here. It's gonna be almost 15 minutes, but it's gonna be well worth it. It's gonna be well worth. The information is thought provoking. Movie night. All right, I got Cherokee. So it may just be me and you. Get your popcorn, get your movie snacks. I'll bring some chocolate covered mints that I got from America. JD Israel in the house. JD Israel in the house. Tom X. Tom X. Purity becoming one. Tom X. Purity becoming one. I got two Hebrews in the house. Um, Again, there could be more, but they just not commenting. I was telling Cherokee that tomorrow's my lunar Sabbath. Um, my calendar is different because I go on a lunar calendar. Um, it's gonna be movie night tomorrow night after Sabbath. I'm gonna do it not late, maybe 8, 9, 10, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. Because I know people go to work and come and work. Probably do at 8 o'clock could be a good time, Eastern Standard Time for people. It's gonna be a movie night. Very fascinating movie I'm gonna share with you. I ain't gonna tell you the title. I was watching some of it today. So we're gonna watch it together because I only watched an hour. It's a 2 hour thing, but it had me like this. So I was gonna do it tonight, but nah, I ain't do it tonight. I'll do it tomorrow night. Today is FYI for your information. You thought the health crisis was over. Think again. Rasta Hill in the house. Yo, what up? What up? Hebrew. Tavex. Purity becoming one. Tavex. Purity becoming one. And you thought the health crisis was over. Think again, Hebrew. This is an FYI video I'm going to share with you. Ain't going to be no scripture. We're going to get right into it. It's going to be 8 minutes in like 15 seconds. We're going to start immediately with you strong Hebrews on. And whoever's watching ain't commenting, that's good. Stay where you are, enjoy. And I'm advising you tomorrow. Tomorrow is my Hebrew lunar Sabbath. Tomorrow is going to be a movie night at Hebrew on the Island too. Get your popcorn, your caramel candies. This is what I'm going to bring tomorrow. Listen, I said tomorrow. I was going to do it today, the movie night, but I said no. I'll wait till tomorrow because this Hebrew video. It was like I watched. It's a 2 hour video, but it's well worth it. I only watched an hour, but it's so fascinating. I said I gotta share this with the Israelites, and I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch that hour that I saw and the hour that I didn't see with you guys. Whoever wants to come on, I'm gonna try to do it at a good time, like maybe 8 o'clock. I think it's a good time. People coming from work, they can chill, shower, eat, take a dump, or if they have to, whatever you got to do. And then I'm going to bring this with me tomorrow. I'm going to bring these things. Uh, chocolate mints. I ain't gonna eat a lot. I just eat a couple of them. Just a couple of them. That's gonna be movie night for us tomorrow. So milk the must be a fire. Yeah, I'm telling you. I was gonna do it tonight, but it's late. And I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow when I'm relaxed. I went out earlier today, so I'm a little. So tomorrow is my lunar Sabbath. Uh, pop out the milk duds. I'm only gonna eat like two or one of them, two or one. That's it. And I'm gonna eat a couple of those chocolate thin mints, cookies. Only like 2 or 3. That's about it. But that's gonna be our movie night. I advise you guys to join me. It's an excellent, it's an excellent movie. It's well worth it. I watched the hour of it. I'm gonna watch that hour again because I was like, holy shit, this is cool. So I'm gonna watch it again. The last hour I didn't watch because I had to go out, and I said, "Yo, I'm gonna make this a movie night." And I was gonna do it tonight, but came a little later. Things didn't work out, and I want to enjoy movie night with you. So if you want to join me, this is your notification. Tomorrow, I most I will. We can do it Eastern Standard Time around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, 8, 9, 10. 10 shouldn't be too late for you guys to come up, go to sleep or whatever. You know, 7 o'clock. I could do it at 7:30 too, but I don't know if that's too early for some people that may be going to work, coming from work or whatever. I don't know your situation, so I said maybe 8 o'clock would be good. So movie night at Hero on the Island 2. Don't miss it. Okay, we're gonna get right into this. Israelite, you thought the health crisis was over. I'm here at Hero on the Island 2, fair use, to tell you that it's not. It's going to be Health Crisis 2.0 coming to a city, in town, and country and state near you. Let me turn the fan off so you can hear it. And what I'll do is I'll just read off. I'll read off just some of the comments at the end. If you're writing, I'll read off and then we'll bring it to a close. There's no scripture needed in this. You're going to hear it. Here we go.
Hey guys, Pedro V here. Now there's a few things that I want to highlight in this video. A world-leading virologist has issued a shocking warning to the American public that a massive tsunami of death will soon destroy the global COVID-19 vaccinated population.
Of course, retrospectively, I have also read, well, not a lot, but I've read some key documents, and yeah, I must say, to some extent, it also blew me away, right? But
it seems nefarious, actually.
Yeah. That is, yeah. Of course, but again, my viewpoint is that what has currently happened, or what is currently happening, that we have been turning through this mass vaccination a relatively harmless virus, not completely harmless, but relatively harmless. We have been turning this through massive gain of function into really a weapon of mass destruction, right? And that is the thing we first have to deal with. Every time in business, you have to prioritize. Well, if there is one thing that I put on the very top of the list, then it is how are we going to deal with the kind of virus that is circulating right now, and is in no regard when it comes to its biological properties comparable to the kind of Wuhan virus that invaded our countries 4 years ago. And this will be the big topic. For me, it's the only big topic. All the rest, we will have to deal with it afterwards. But I'm sure that many of the topics that are now on the agenda will simply be cancelled. For many reasons, not too high things, but if
for example, which topics are you speaking of?
For example, the origin of the virus, many of the lawsuits, etc. will all be canceled. These are things that take a lot of time. People don't imagine. Most people think I'm just a crazy man, but what I'm really predicting is a massive, massive tsunami. And then you have you have to see, you have hundreds of items on your agenda, but if such a thing happens, I mean, many of these agenda points just get wiped off the table, of course.
There was a post going around saying secret intelligence leak that was planned during the eclipse, and it was a biological attack, a dry powder, bacterial bioweapon. Symptoms will begin appearing 7 to 10 days after the infection, 30 days after the media will notice, 90 days the UN and the World Health Organization newly agreed pandemic powers will be enacted, and then you will know. A lot of interesting things, a lot of things connecting. The subliminal messaging between all of it probably goes much deeper than one can imagine.
So I think that the trick is to be able to concentrate on what is most important. And I'm not saying that all of the other topics on the agenda are not important. They are very important, but we will have to deal with the most important things first and see what is left and to deal with. But to your point, I've also been surprised with all what's going on or what has been going on behind the scene, where people have this kind of very, very suspicious research projects, and to some extent want to patent things or patenting things, viruses, that then ultimately appear to be the circulating virus in the population. So how does that rhyme? It's very, very no, but I'm a scientist, and I'm saying the most important from scientific viewpoint is now the threat of the currently circulating virus, given the dysregulated immune response in millions of vaccinated people, right?
Now, you've said very clearly in more than once that you expected a great deal of trouble in a fairly quick time frame upcoming in the months ahead. What can people do who are worried about their immune systems? We know here in the USA we have a number of organized doctors such as Peter McCullough and his group who have various treatment protocols for vaccination problems, namely spike proteins circulating in people's system. Do you have any idea on your own what people might do in the face of this problem?
Yeah. Well, James, you are recording all this, and I'm very happy about this because nobody believes me. Nobody, even these frontline doctors, don't believe me when I say, guys, none of your treatments will work because it will go too fast. It will go extremely fast. It will be a hyper acute tsunami, right? Mm-hmm. Where people who start to show symptoms will pass away within 24 hours, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, nobody believes me. Of course, nobody believes me. That is why it is good and it is exceptional that you can record my words. And in a sense that, okay, I mean, it is documented, right? So because what happens is that what is deteriorating the situation is every single reinfection, re-exposure of people who have been vaccinated. And you will see, and you can write this down or it is recorded. You will see that what will happen, for example, in the next coming weeks, is that you will see that we will have more and more cases of more and more serious long COVID. Please remind it, more cases, a higher prevalence of more cases and more severe cases of long COVID.
That is the chronic presentation of the disease.
They will start to replace the surge of the cancers, right? So things will go, remember, from an acute disease, I just explained it, acute self-limiting. Now we have a more chronic phase. It will end with a hyper-acute phase, a huge wave. And of course, nobody, I've been studying this for 4 years. I know what I'm talking about. I'm probably the only person, in all modesty, who understands the immunology behind this. And so what I can advise, and I have done many videos to make people aware to all the vaccinated people, is that they should start, what do they need to do? Well, they need to avoid reinfection. It's very simple, because it's the reinfection that is now the cause. The reinfection in the vaccinated people, that is what the culprit is. That is what is responsible for deteriorating the situation.
There are a lot of things that are strange, and there are a lot of things that can't be explained. We must use discernment, directed prayer to understand things better, have faith, and make sure you don't get caught up too much of this world, because we are just in the world, but we are not of the world.
So if your immune system cannot avoid infection, what can you do? Well, the only thing you can do, it's very simple, is take antivirals, of course. The only difference is that you will not be able to wait for taking these antivirals till you have symptoms. So what I'm advising is, as soon as people see that in one or the other country, one or the other state, for example, in the United States, this thing starts with, hospitalizations and deaths going up very rapidly, they need to take antivirals prophylactically, not wait till they have any symptoms. Because I can tell you, I'm in Belgium. If it starts in the US, or if it starts in Israel, or if it starts in the UK, I bet you that within a few days, the same scenario in many of these highly vaccinated countries, but not in Africa, of course. No problems with long COVID in Africa. There will be no tsunami in Africa, right?
Yeah.
Because herd immunity, we don't have herd immunity.
And low vaccination rate.
Of course.
Now, when you say antiviral, are we talking about these pharmaceuticals that were demonized by the public health, ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and others like it?
You have been following the evolution of the FDA, their position towards ivermectin in the recent days?
Yes, well, they seem to be making a pivot.
Yeah. What I have been predicting already half a year ago that the public health authorities are finally going to have mandates for ivermectin vaccination. I mean, this seems a little bit hilarious, right? But that is the kind of evolution that we are going to see, because which antivirals could you use? Listen, when you hear Pierre Corrie and other experts, I mean, the results with ivermectin are fabulous. It is very safe. It is the only antiviral that is cost effective, that is widely available, can be supplemented in sufficient quantities, and that is safe. There is simply no alternative. Yeah, maybe hydroxychloroquine, etc. But this is, let's say, the same ball game. And the public health authorities will come too late with their ivermectin mandates. But you see already how they are evolving, how their position is evolving.
Also, you can see how that If they do that, that will really disorder the reputation of medicine,
But
worse than it already is.
who cares?
Well, it's not. It's
No,
not
no,
so
no,
much.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, the thing I want your audience to understand is that what we will be facing in terms of the hyper acute COVID crisis that is imminent is that we will have, and that is the positive news, we will have to build a completely new world, right? So there won't be the FDA anymore, or all these folks, you know, I don't know where they will be going, you know. What will happen to them, it's very uncertain, but it's very, very clear that when this starts, our hospitals will collapse. And when the hospitals collapse, that means that the chaos, yeah, in all kinds of layers of society, financial, economic, social, you name it, you know, the chaos will be complete, right? And that is what I'm very clearly predicting. And I'm not a fool. Yeah, I'm a scientist, right? Mm-hmm. I insist people can look at my curriculum. I've been talking like 4 years about this. I've written many, many articles. People can ask me questions. I'm teaching online courses, lectures on epidemiology and pandemics and epidemics, etc. And you know, it's very strange for me to make such statements, but well, you know, I'm hiding it because I'm 200% convinced that it will happen.
One final question: Have you been personally persecuted for spreading this information? Because that's certainly the case in the USA, where doctors have opposed the public health establishment and the medical establishment. Have you been under attack?
Well, I've been a little bit under attack in Belgium by a bunch of, immunologically or scientifically illiterate journalists, etc. But I've not really been suffering. But listen, of course, I have my strategy. First of all, I have been lucky. Why? Because I'm still, a veterinary doctor, right? I'm not a medical doctor. I have not a practice in medical, I have not a medical practice. And secondarily, I've never been naming certain names. You know, I've never been attacking people individually. When I talk about, idiots, public health authorities, etc., I have no problem if I talk about the WHO, but I'm not going to cite particular names, for example. And the third thing is that everything I'm saying, even if I make very strong statements, I can back them up with scientific data, right? My discourse is scientific. I'm a scientific activist, right? But I'm not the guy who turns to conspiracies or things that I cannot prove or that I don't know for sure. Not necessarily pretending they are wrong, but if I don't know it for sure, you won't hear me about this. If it's not my field of expertise, I will delegate it to other people, etc. But I will always very clearly express my opinion on the things I know without attacking people in person. Right. So, I've not been suffering too much. And also, I've been being in Belgium, I've primarily been speaking in the US and abroad, not that much in my country, because I wanted to reach as many people as possible. Yeah. If I give an interview in Belgium, there is 30 people who will watch. If I do it on a US platform, I can add a few zeros. Right.
Well, this has certainly been and is going to continue to be a very strange period of world history.
I really.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you heard that. He's a veterinarian and a scientist. And he thought the health crisis, I believe that guy. And because number one, I know we have a biblical enemy. Nowhere in the scripture says that enemy is going to turn coat and turn good and be for the good of humanity. Never says that. I haven't read it. I'm a cool hell of a teacher. I've been reading for years, studying for years. It's not because the moon covered the sun, even though the moon was way to the left. I don't know what moon that was covering the sun. Not because of that. It's because the plan that they've had, the Hegelian dialect. They make the crisis, then they try to give you a solution, and then they get what they want. This has been the plan ever since. A new world order, reset. And they reset the world a couple times already. So let me read a couple comments. I said this would be quick. How many minutes we had? 30 minutes. Movie night. I'm excited for tomorrow. Let me see. Don't start without me. Okay. Sounds good. Rosel milk does. Sweet. It will be refreshing. Yeah, we need to know. There's scripture in the video though, but it's a movie. It's gonna be great. It's a movie documentary. Scripture. It's very good. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to give any spoilers. You're gonna enjoy it. Your Koheleth is basically spot on most of the time. Bring your cookies, your popcorn, your fruit. Keywords: organized. Biofield attack. 2025, very informative solutions, all to hold control. Listen, I'm here to share that's what love is. This is not an evil eye. This is an action of love. Sharing information that I have, that I received, and sharing it with you guys. And if we see in the next coming weeks, months, 6 months, year, things like crack-a-lacking, I'll do another video. And I'll throw out what I'm doing. So this is a new Yesh from Israel. Don't forget, tomorrow is movie night at Hebron Island 2. Bring your popcorn.